There's a moment before leaving the U.S. that rarely gets mentioned. It isn't excitement or fear. It's a quiet realization that life is about to change and you might not feel completely ready. It's not because you're hesitant, but because small details you miss can throw off your plans. In those last 90 days, being prepared is what separates a smooth move from a stressful one. A lot of people focus on the big picture when they think about moving abroad. Where am I going? How much does it cost? What visa do I need? And those things matter. But what actually makes or breaks your experience is what happens right before you leave. Those final weeks are where everything becomes real. This is when people either feel calm and ready or end up overwhelmed and scrambling. And I've seen both sides of it. I remember when I was preparing to leave thinking I had everything figured out. I knew where I was going. I had my basic plan, but there were so many small details I hadn't thought through. Things like how I would access my money. What address would I use? How would I handle documents once I was already gone? And those are things that can quietly create stress if you ignore them. The problem is, most people don't realize this until they're already in it. They assume that once the flight is booked, the hard part is over. But in reality, that's when the real preparation begins. There's a big difference between thinking about moving abroad and actually doing it. When it's just an idea, it feels open, flexible, almost exciting in a low-pressure way. Once you set a date, things get real. Now it's not maybe someday, it's this is happening. And that's where fear starts to show up. Questions like, what if I forgot something important? What if I get there and something doesn't work out?
What if I need something from back home and can't get it?
These are real concerns. And the reason they feel so heavy is that you're stepping outside the system you're used to. In the US, everything is connected. Your bank, your phone, your address, your records. It all works together. When you leave, you're stepping out of that. Your goal for the last 90 days is simple. Set up your life so it keeps running smoothly, even when you're not in the US. Let's start with money, because this is where most stress comes from. Before I left, I thought having savings was enough. But what I didn't fully think through was access. Would my cards work overseas? What happens if my bank flags my account? What if I can't receive verification texts? These are the kind of things that don't seem important until they are. I remember hearing stories of people landing in a new country and not being able to access their money for days. Imagine that. You've just arrived. You're tired. You're trying to settle in. And suddenly, your card doesn't work. That's avoidable. During those last 90 days, take clear steps. Tell your bank about your travel plans. Set up online banking, get a backup card, and keep some emergency cash ready. Have multiple ways to access your money. Set up your accounts for international use. Make sure you understand how you'll move money if needed. This is not about being perfect. It's about removing obvious risk. And once you do that, you'll feel a lot more grounded. This is another area people underestimate. Documents feel boring, easy to ignore until you need one. And you're already in another country trying to figure out how to get it. Your passport, your identification, your financial records, your medical history, these things become your lifeline abroad. Because once you leave, you don't have the same easy access to systems back home. I made it a point to gather everything before I left. Before you leave, scan and save all your important documents like your passport, ID, medical and financial records. Keep both digital and paper copies in a safe, easy to access place. And I can't tell you how many times that saved me. Whether it was opening an account, verifying identity, or handling an unexpected issue. This is one of those things you'll never regret doing early, but you will regret skipping. Enjoying the video? Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more. And if you want to stay updated, turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. This is something people resist, but it matters more than you think. A lot of people want to cut ties completely before they leave. Sell everything, close everything, start fresh. And while that sounds freeing, it can create problems. Because even when you live abroad, you often still need a connection to the US for banking, for taxes, for verification, for certain services. That's why having a stable base matters. Make sure you have a stable base in the US. This could mean asking someone you trust or using a reliable mail service to handle your address and receive important documents while you're gone. I've seen people struggle because they didn't think this through. Accounts get locked. Mail get lost. Important notices go unseen. And suddenly, something easy becomes complicated. Instead of cutting everything, just keep enough connections to keep things running smoothly. Doesn't have to be complicated, just intentional. Here's something that surprised me. Moving abroad is not just about adding something new. It's also about letting go. And the more you try to hold on to everything, the harder the move becomes. In the last 90 days, start decluttering. Go through your belongings, your subscriptions, your commitments. Ask yourself, do I really need this? Because every extra thing you carry becomes something you have to manage later. I remember how freeing it felt once I started letting things go. Not in a rushed or emotional way, just slowly, intentionally. And by the time I left, I felt lighter. Not just physically, but mentally. That made a huge difference. This is the part that doesn't get talked about enough. Everyone focuses on logistics, but leaving your home country is also emotional. You're leaving familiar places, people, routines. Even if you're excited, there's still a sense of change. And that can show up in unexpected ways. Doubt, second guessing, even moments of sadness. I had those moments. There were times when I wondered if I was making the right decision. And that's normal. It doesn't mean you're making a mistake. It means you're human. In the final weeks, make time for the people you care about. Think about why you're moving and give yourself space to process your feelings. Spend time with people who matter to you. Say your goodbyes in a way that feels complete. Because once you leave, you want to feel ready, not rushed. As your move gets closer, your mindset becomes everything. At first, it's easy to focus on what could go wrong. But the more prepared you are, the more that shifts. You start to feel capable instead of uncertain. And that's the real goal of these 90 days. Not perfection, confidence. Confidence you've handled what you can. Confidence that you can figure out the rest as you go. Because no one has everything figured out before they leave. Everyone learns as they go. This is one of the biggest blocks people face. They think they need the perfect plan, the perfect country, the perfect setup, the perfect timing. But that doesn't exist. What exists is a good enough plan and the willingness to adjust. Living abroad will teach you that quickly. Things will be different, sometimes slower, sometimes confusing, but always simpler in ways you didn't expect. And if you go in expecting perfection, you'll struggle. But if you go in open and prepared, you'll adapt. If you're ready to move abroad and want a plan you can really use, my book, How to Relocate Abroad, a practical guide for expats, guides you through every step. It covers everything from picking a country to budgeting, visa, paperwork, and getting settled, all explained clearly. You can only get this book on my website. It's not on Amazon or anyplace else. If you want to stop overthinking and start planning, Use the link below to get your copy and begin your exit strategy today. When you take this time seriously, something shifts. You stop feeling like you're jumping into the unknown and start feeling like you're stepping into something you chose. That's a big difference because this move is not about leaving something behind. It's about building something new, and how you prepare shapes how that feels. So if you're within that 90-day window or even just considering this big move, give yourself permission to slow down, take stock, and get strategic about the next steps. But don't ignore it either. Use this time to make checklists, finish up your plans, and review everything so you feel organized and ready. Not perfectly, but intentionally. Because the more deliberately you prepare now, the greater your sense of freedom and confidence will be once you arrive in your new home. And that's what this is really about. Not just leaving the US, but creating a life that actually works for you. Now, if you're wondering where you could actually go and what opportunities are out there, check out this video where I share 3 countries that will pay you to move there right now. Because once you're ready, the next step is choosing where to go. Click on it now, and I'll see you there.